So, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today in this Ask Me Anything session with the European Space Agency F-lab about the Grand Marathon. I am Alba Marrero, and I am a senior deep tech consultant at Hello Tomorrow. And also, my colleague Aiga is here with us. You might have been in touch with her previously to give more information about the challenge, about the marathon. So, just a quick introduction about Hello Tomorrow. For those of you who are not aware, so Hello Tomorrow was founded a bit longer than 10 years ago with the mission to help all the deep tech entrepreneurs to bring their solutions live and to make them live and create this ecosystem where all the deep tech stakeholders could come together and connect. And throughout the journey, we realized that not only the entrepreneurs needed a bit of our help and expertise in this ecosystem, but also corporates and institutions. And that is how the business, the consulting part of Hello Tomorrow was born. So yes, this is about Hello Tomorrow, but today we are here to talk about the Grand Marathon of the European Space Agency. So let's start. Just a quick introduction to Livestorm, this platform for those who are not familiar. You see that you have a chat on the right. You can send all your messages there, but you can also send your questions in the question tab. Actually, we encourage you to that the questions go directly in the question tabs for two main reasons. First one, because it will help us directly go through all the questions possible that we have the time. And second, because other people might also have those questions, and in the question tab, they can vote which ones they want to hear about. So it will be easier for all of us. And yes, let's get directly straight to the point. So today we are going to introduce more in detail F-lab, then the Grand Marathon, all the different stages, the value proposition, and also the next steps. And then we will go over all your questions and try to solve as much as we can. So yes, let me introduce you today. We have Dr. Chiara from the European Space Agency F-lab. She's a Senior Innovation Officer. So welcome, Chiara. It's a pleasure to have you here. And yeah, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Alba. So let me put the slides on the big screen. Perfect. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure for me to be here to present you the Grand Marathon. This is an exciting project that we are going to run at the F-lab for the next few months. And yes, I will guide you through the main aspect of the Grand Marathon, what are the benefits, what is required from you as an applicant. And then, of course, I will be here together with the colleagues from Hello Tomorrow to answer any questions that you may ask. So first of all, what is the ESA F-lab? The F-lab is one of the most innovative divisions here at the European Space Agency. We are based in Frascati, near Rome, here in Italy, and we are part of the Earth Observation Department. It means that everything that we do, of course, needs to have a connection with Earth observation. As you can see from the screen, we are divided into two parts. We have the Explore Office and the Invest Office. What do we do? The Explore Office, which is actually what I belong to, is the part of the division where we try to find the new ideas, we discover the good ones, we nurture the good ones, and then we guide towards development. We work together with the colleagues from Invest, that is more the commercial aspect of the F-lab, and they take the good ideas and they provide fundings. So they put co-fundings of the projects from the European Space Agency, and then guide the startups, the companies towards entering the market. So this is really a unique structure within ESA because as you see, we go through the whole TRL scale from the beginning till launch into the market. And as part of the activity, indeed, we have the Grand Marathon. So what is the Grand Marathon? The Grand Marathon, as a matter of fact, is a grand challenge. And it means that we want to tackle one among the most important issues that we have on the planet Earth. And we will do this through the usage of Earth observation data and the application of transformative technologies. We're talking about artificial intelligence, quantum computing, blockchain. We will go through this into details in a minute. And the objective is that we take the input, then we use the technology, and we provide an output that is with a societal impact. We call it a Grand Marathon because indeed looks like a Grand Marathon. It's really a huge project, really big through a lot of months. We started on November 28th this year, and then we run until June next year. And because it's a marathon, we split into kilometers. So let me guide you through the full process, what we need from you. So at the very beginning, so now the applications are open and we stay open until January. And we are asking all the participants to submit a very concise business plan. We are talking about a lean business plan, and you find the template in the application form. And there you are requested to explain what is your idea, meaning the type of climate change event that you want to address, the way that you want to address, so the type of technology that you will use, and then the impact that you will have. So indeed, the impact will be not only from environment point of view, but we want to see also the impact on the health aspect. So the reason why we're creating this challenge, and I will go into details a little bit later with the type of scenarios that you can address, is that with the change of the environment due to climate change, we may have new diseases that will spread in new areas, and we need to prevent the impact that we will witness. So this we ask you to explain us the way that you plan to tackle this impact in a lean business plan. And then at kilometer 10, which will be at the end of January, then we will select 3 finalists to go to the next stage. What we will require. So we will ask these 3 finalists to develop a much more detailed business plan. So this has to be at least 25 pages proposal. And we ask the participants to deliver an algorithm simulation, or if you already have a proof of concept. How we will assess this? We will invite the 3 finalists to come to Paris at the Global Summit that will be in March 13 and 14, 2025. This will be the Global Summit indeed by tomorrow. And all the expenses will be covered, and we invite you to come there and to explain your solution. The 3 finalists will deliver, the deliverables are as explained in this slide, and will be paid 15,000 euros at this stage for what they have produced. At this point, from the Global Summit, we will select 2 finalists. So one will take 15,000 euros and will remain at this stage. The other 2 then will continue working for the Grand Marathon. And we'll work for another month and a half, more or less, until mid-May. And they will need to deliver a first prototype that will use Earth observation test data. So here we want to see really something that works. Maybe do not have all the functionality implemented, you are missing some real data, you are not making a projection yet, but you are having a really quite a good first prototype. At the end of May, when you deliver this to us, we will pay 50,000 euros. So first was 15, now it's 50 to the two finalists. And then we will select the top solution. The top solution will work from mid-May till the end of June. And there the finalists will need to deliver a high-fidelity prototype or a minimum viable product that will demonstrate real case scenarios. So we really want to see how you're going to implement the solution and what will be the output that you will generate. At this point, we will award the final price, that is about 215,000 euros for the final runner. At this point, also the final runner will showcase the product, the solution that the team has developed, and will be invited to Vienna to the Living Planet Symposium. Once again, we will cover all the costs for this, and at the event, we need to present the solution. So you see, it is quite a large process, very complex, but it's very, very exciting. So let's go a little bit more into details. Who should apply? So what type of development you need to do, what type of expertise you need to have. So the objective of the Grand Marathon is that you need to develop a high-performance deep learning model, and you need to use, of course, Earth observation data in order to do so. The solution, the technology, of course, can include artificial intelligence, quantum computing, blockchain. You can really choose the type of technology you want to implement in order to track and mitigate the impact. So the first step indeed is to develop the algorithm. Then you need to start providing output, and the first one is that you need to be able to identify emerging geographical risk areas. What does it mean? It means that you have a scenario in mind. We will talk about scenarios in the next slide. And you want to understand where in Europe, in the world, we will have an impact from the climate change event that you are addressing. And we need to understand what are the risk areas that you think will be impacted in the future. Once you have identified the risk areas, then we would like for you to give us an output in terms of impact from a societal point of view. Mainly we are interested in spreading of infectious diseases to new regions. And I anticipate to you, in particular, we would be interested in knowing the impact on children. This is open, of course, to everyone, but the focus on children will be highly appreciated. So what type of solutions, what type of scenarios we expect to see? You can really choose everything. We are not putting limitations. This is just to give you an idea, to give you some suggestions on where to focus. And let me explain, for example, one of these scenarios. We can talk about the number 4, floods and extreme rainfall. And what happened? What happened is that nowadays we are seeing change in rainfall patterns. We are seeing floods in areas where before we didn't have. And this is causing not only an impact from an environmental point of view, but this is the environment that is creating a favorable growth, let's say, of diseases, because we have new vectors like new mosquitoes that can transmit new diseases like malaria or West Nile fever and other type of diseases. Not only this, but for example, water could be contaminated, so we do not have clean water, and the water itself could be dangerous because we use water for our daily lives. So what we want to understand indeed is trying to predict when and where we will likely have new floods or extreme rainfall events in the future, and how we can start to prepare from an infrastructure point of view, from health protection, health prevention point of view, and start and avoid to find ourselves not prepared in the future. One thing that I want to highlight is that we are welcoming solutions by everyone, really, teams, startups, companies, anyone is welcome. And in particular, in our criteria, we will give more points to the solutions that show a commercial outcome. So if we see that it's a solution that could be commercially driven, so there will be a business following the challenge, then that type of solution will get preference. So why should you apply for the program? I think I convinced you enough, but let me explain again the benefits of applying to this grand challenge. First of all, the societal impact. You're doing something that it's not just a study, it's not just something that you do for fun or to get money. You're doing this because you want to bring an impact on society. You will have the visibility not only because you are collaborating with us, you will get prizes, etc., but because you are doing something good, and this will get other visibility in the future for the obvious reasons. The other aspect is the connection with the leading experts. Of course, you will start a connection with the European Space Agency, with the F-lab, and you will get also the expertise, of course, from Hello Tomorrow, because they will help you, for example, refining your pitch, and you will receive coaching for your presentation, and you really get to understand not only that you have a good product, you need to be able to sell it. And coaching in this respect is very important. May seem quite obvious, but even from my experience, most of the people that apply normally come from an engineering background, technical background, and it is really necessary to develop the skills to properly sell, not only to end users, but also to potential future investors. So this is really something important, and the lessons that you will learn in general. Then showcase globally and gain international recognition. As I said before, you will be invited to come, if you are among the 3 finalists, to the Hello Tomorrow Global Summit in Paris. That will be in March next year. And if you are the finalist, so the first runner, the top winner, you will be invited also to attend the Living Planet Symposium in Vienna in 2025. So, of course, once again, stretch this again, we will cover all the travel and accommodation cost, of course, up to a ceiling, but normally it's within that. For you to come, so we invite you to come to showcase, to grow your visibility in front of thousands of people. Last but not least, to win substantial funding, because you are developing this solution for the European Space Agency, and you will get money prize for doing that. So the third runner will receive 15,000 euros. The second runner will receive 65,000 euros that are split 15 at the first stage and 50 at the second stage. And then the first runner will put on top of this also the final prize. In total, will get 215,000 euros. So these are all the benefits. These are really the general explanation of the Grand Challenge, the Grand Marathon, and I want to give you one more thing, which is the timeline. Where are we now? What are the next steps? So you could see here at kilometer 0, we opened the application. That was in 28th of November, so a couple of weeks ago. And today we are doing the first Ask Me Anything webinar. The applications will close on the 12th of January, so beginning of next year. And we will do, just for your information, in case you have more questions or more people will join, we will do another Ask Me Anything webinar. This is important not only for new people that want to apply, but also in case you have some questions about your application, you can come to this webinar and then ask us directly. Clearly, you will have also the contact on the website. If you want to ask questions before, you can do it, but this is an opportunity to directly interact with us. We will select the 3 runners on the 31st of January. So this is when we will announce the 3 finalists. And they will need to work, you see, on the first prototype until March 13. At this point, we will invite the 3 runners to the summit, and we will award the 15,000 euros to each of them. Then at this point, we selected the 2 runners that will work on the second prototype, and this will run until May 1st. And here we will award 50,000 euros to these 2 runners. At this point, we will select the first runner, and we plan actually at the end of June. The Living Planet Symposium is on the 25th, 26th of June. And there we plan to invite to Vienna, and then we will make also a public winner announcement, etc., of course, in July. So yes, this is very briefly half an hour to condense a lot of work and exciting milestone ahead of us. And if you have any questions, then me and Alba, we are here to answer any doubts you may have. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chiara. Well, actually, we have the first question from Stevie, and he's asking if you provide the data for the scenario and if you could detail the frame of work regarding the IP.
So regarding the data, somehow we provide, meaning that data are for free. Data can be downloaded from the website, depending on the satellites that you use. You can choose the data that you want to access. You can check Creodias or Wikio. You can check all the free data from Copernicus, from Sentinel satellites. If you have a question about this, of course, you can send an email and we can provide you support, guiding you through all the options of where you can get the data. Clearly, you will need to address the type of region, the type of data that you want to take, the type of instrument, and then we can even support you to understand where to find the data. But yes, to summarize, yes, you have access to all our data. They are for free, and we can help you finding them. Regarding the technology, you will be able to use anything that you want. You can choose AI, quantum computing, blockchain, everything that you want. And the solution will be procured by ESA, but of course you will be then independent, and you will be able to use it also in the future. As a matter of fact, we foster that because we are looking for solutions that are commercially viable. So we encourage people that will make a business out of it to apply, really.
Okay, so thank you so much, and please don't hesitate to ask any other question that you might have. And meanwhile, actually, I have a question, Chiara, for you. So you mentioned at the beginning that F-lab, you had this explore part and then the invest part. I was wondering, in case others were wondering as well. So is there a possibility that the European Space Agency F-lab invests in the solution after the full marathon is over and the prize is delivered, etc.? Is that a possibility? Or even if it's not invest, collaborate in further projects with the European Space Agency?
Definitely. So we really look for way of collaboration and to fund the startups, the companies at the Invest office. It's not a full funding. Normally, it's a co-funding depending on the entity of the company that is applying. But this, of course, is established on a case by case, depending on the background of the company. But clearly, having received an award from the Grand Marathon, so coming from the Explore office, basically, you will have more possibilities to continue working with us, not only on a funding point of view, but especially from real collaboration with us. We always foster collaboration with entities apart from the challenge itself. So even if you will not be among the top 3 finalists or the top winner, I encourage you anyway, just in case, to check the Invest applications, our open calls, because could be interested for a different type of applications, and we would like to look into this in any case. And the other important thing is that we open a very big network to the winners. So the F-lab, of course, have partnership with really many entities, from big companies to other agencies to academia, startups. We really work with everyone, and if you have a solution that could be helpful for specific partners, specific areas, or you want to be put in contact with other potential partners, then the F-lab will help you with this as well. So the work will not end just with providing the prize. We hope that in the future we will keep working together.
Great. And we have another question from Cecile. If you could share with us, with everyone, the selection criteria and the percentage of each one in each evaluation phase. So first for all the general applicants, and then maybe we could specify a bit what will be the key differentiators for the 3 runners to continue the stage.
Yes, so we will maybe also publish the selection criteria at a certain point. The main criteria, nevertheless, will be the following. We need to see a clear usage of Earth observation data. So the Earth observation data must be there. If you use other inputs to understand the spreading of diseases, then of course this is not acceptable. The top criteria is also that we want to see commercial products. So if you do an amazing study, but this will remain just as research, and there will be nothing out of this, then that would be, of course, penalized, because we want to see an application afterward. We are already discussing with potential partners that will most likely use the solutions that will be awarded by ESA as part of the Grand Marathon. And then we will facilitate a partnership with these other entities, so that the solution will be used in the future. So commercial products and something concrete. Doesn't have to be just a study. We want to see something that is applicable. Another criteria indeed is that we would like to have a focus on children. So if you have a solution and you understand what are the impact on the children community, so maybe diseases that could be more impactful for children, or that we have a very stressful situation from environmental conditions on children. This is another important criteria. And then clearly we go to the classical aspect. So we need to have a good written proposal. So you will have the business plan that is available already on the application form, and you need to fill in. Clearly the business plan is short, it's 5 pages, so you need to make use of it as best as you can. But if you write 1 line per each section, then clearly it's not a complete proposal, and we would like to have something more, let's say, something more complete. And what we will ask is, and this will get more attention, is that the moment that you will present your application, and especially also moving forwards from the 3 finalists to the second and the first, is that we want to see the future. So what I suggest you to do is that you need to create a plan for how you will use the money and what are the future opportunities that you envisage to have, what type of market you will open up to, and really try to show that it's not a project contained in itself. We want to see something that starts with us, with this project, and will continue forward in the future. So I hope that I transmitted you a little bit the feelings. We will create specific criteria and assign points depending on the quality of the proposals, but mainly this is what we are looking for.
Okay, I see that Domenico also asked another question in the general chat. So, do participants need to have an established startup to join the Grand Marathon, or they can participate as an independent team without a formal company structure?
So we would prefer to have startups, to have entities that are already established, also because in the application form you will see that it is clearly written about information on your company, where is the legal base, when it has been established, the size, etc. What can be is that maybe your company is working specifically on AI, on other aspects, but then you want to start a new direction, a new line in this respect. So maybe your business is not strictly related to the usage of Earth observation data, but you have an AI company and you want to start using your data for producing a new impact. But yes, as a basis, we need to have an entity that has been established.
Yes, thank you. And just to clarify, it doesn't need to be a startup. It can be any size and stage of company. Yeah, just for everyone to know. And we have another question from Michelle in the question tabs. So, is developing an exact remote sensing AI flood prediction model enough for the application, or do we need to connect this model with the spreading of waterborne diseases too?
So we need to make a connection to diseases. This is one of the main points. Nevertheless, if you show really that there is a big impact on from climate change on the environment, and maybe it's not a disease, but there is an impact on children because I don't know, there are extreme heat waves or there is extreme desertification. So we do not have agriculture in a proper shape, and it means that there will be a lack of water, lack of food, malnutrition, and this will lead to other diseases. Then clearly you can apply. So as long as you make a bit of connection with an impact on health and potential health issues and diseases in human beings and especially children, then we are open to receive this type of application. And as a matter of fact, if you already have some tools, some AI development, some algorithm that you already used, and you want to specialize, let's say, for this challenge, then we are really happy to see that. We are open, and it's even better if we see solutions that already show that there is an output, something that works, let's say, then that would be highly appreciated. So really, I encourage you to apply, use, of course, the EU data, and we'll see.
Okay, so we're coming to the end of this session. I don't know if someone has any last question. This is the right moment. Of course, if you have a last-minute question that you could not ask today, feel free to reach out. You have our emails. Maybe, Aiga, you can put our emails on the tab so that people can note it down. And we can jump into a call, or if you want to connect with Chiara also in the next Ask Me Anything session that will be in January for last minute questions about the applications or the business plan, of course. And yeah, no more question. Then it seems that we're done today. Thank you so much, Chiara. It was super insightful, and hope you also enjoyed. Oh, chat. Yeah. Thank you. That was me, Aiga. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and hope to see
Thank
you
you.
soon. Thank you, Chiara. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye, everyone. Bye.